Usuetium. Emo Kuryu. Yay, Autonezu. Uryu Otosuo. Pasonin New. Emit Osasi.
Hello, and today we're actually doing another video on me talking during the video. And also this is the first video I'm ever doing where I'm actually talking about a game that hasn't been released yet. So, with this new iteration in the Thoughts and Discussion series that I am not really fond of the title I gave it, today we are going to be doing a thoughts video on Balan Wonderworld. Balan Wonderworld is a game directed by Yuji Naka, a very important figure inside the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, or specifically he was one of the major parts on working on the original Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy. Then he worked on the Sonic franchise all the way up till Sonic 06, where he quit during the game's development. From working at Sega, so obviously he doesn't work on Sonic anymore. Now he is working on games with Square Enix, and made a new branch for Square Enix. That is, there's a new branch for Square Enix called the Balan Company, which that is basically Sonic Team, the Square Enix edition, where it's just a company owned by another company that is basically where the games are actually being made for the specific series. Sonic Team is the main team that works on Sonic games. Balan Company is the main team that works on the Balan Wonderworld games. And I wonder how long they're going to actually keep that title. So first off, I wanted to say this. Balan Wonderworld has a good soundtrack. I want to say that right now because I actually do like the soundtrack. It's very good and it's very catchy. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. Bow, dun, 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 dun. I really enjoy this game. What I've heard of the soundtrack, I like it. It's very good. It's very catchy. And I would like to hear more from this game's soundtrack. And I think it's the best thing made out of it. But then again, if it's going to be Sonic related, then it's obviously going to have a good song. Even if the only relation this game has to Sonic the Hedgehog is that Yuji Naka directed this game. That's really it. Ba 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 da ba. So with that positive out of the way, I want to go through a negative. This is actually kind of a slow game. Yeah. Normally I don't have a problem with slow games. Means like, I never really mind the speed in Sonic 06. Heck, I never really minded it. And I prefer it when it's slower because those max speed sections, woo, a little bit too fast. Ironic because it's Sonic. But anyways, so I don't really care much about the speed of a game not being fast. If the game itself still is fun to play and doesn't feel sluggish a lot of the time. But this game, most of the time, its speed is fine. But there are points in this game where the speed of Balan Wonderworld just feels a little bit too slow. Like when you need, for example, whenever you die, you have to go back to a checkpoint. And the checkpoints are pretty far apart for the speed you're given with this character. So you could be one area of the entire world, one side of the entire map, and on the other side, close to another checkpoint, or the end of level is where you die. You have to go all the way back to the last checkpoint and run back to where you left off, which is pretty time consuming. And also, if you get hit once, you lose one of your power-ups, similar to Mario. I wouldn't be saying that if power-ups weren't needed for this game. In this game, Balan Wonderworld, you need to use power-ups. These power-ups are basically used to give you special abilities that helps you on your journey, that helps you do some simple tasks, like reach longer jumps, be able to break blocks, be able to shoot projectiles, so on and so forth. And while I don't mind the power-ups themselves, well, if there weren't so many. If you don't know, there's apparently 80 power-ups. 80 power-ups with just one specific ability. Whatever that was that we were just I was doing a Crash Bandicoot jump, twirling while jumping at the same time. That thing. That's its ability. It jumps. While it jumps, it spins. That's it. Actually, no. It jumping is actually another special ability that's just tied to the spinning. So it's one special ability, jump spin. You might be wondering, what do I mean by that? Oh, well, first off, okay, before we get to that, here's basically a special stage. So this is Balan, and he's right here going to destroy whatever he's going to destroy. Oh yeah, by the way, I should mention that all of this is completely in Japanese and it's just subtitled. So anyways, in Balan's bout, all you need to do is just press the button at the right time to actually get the excellent. And if you get 4 excellence, you'll be able to get a golden trophy or statue. And as you can tell, this game is a collectathon because of the amount of golden statues we are getting. And also a lot of them, and also obviously you need those power-ups to actually get those golden statues. So with all that said, here comes my first problem. Once you get hit in this game with a power-up, you lose that power-up. And at first that might not seem too bad, but the only way you can actually regain that power-up is to just run back to a crystal that has the power-up in it, and it's not consistently in the same spot. Sometimes it's not there, sometimes it is there. Or mostly the first time it is there in the place where it makes sense for you to learn the ability, but afterwards it just goes to a specific spot that most of the time it's where you get one ability at. And I honestly find that pretty annoying. Whenever I get hit, I lose a power-up and I have to regain it. Especially that your own character can't even do anything. All they can do is just jump on enemies and kill them. That's really it. And that's one problem I have with this game. Another, you lose just getting a hit. When you get hit, you lose your power up, and it's very sluggish to, and you run so slow that it just takes forever for you to regain it. Yes, that was a cut there. Because I didn't want to actually spend more than an hour talking about this game, I decided just to cut an entire section of this video out, or footage out. Why? Because during that cut footage, all I'm just trying to, what happens is that after I died, I lost the power up and have to sluggishly run and get the rabbit power up until I realized I went to the wrong area, so I had to go back and grab the rabbit power up in the same place where I got the wolf thing power up. And honestly, that is just way too slow. So slow that I had like 4 minutes of that I just cut. I am not going to show that because it's just not really worth showing. And just to make this video even longer than it's already going to be. Just to warn you, this video is for 40 minutes long if you didn't bother looking at the time. But anyways, so yeah, that's my first problem. It's very slow to regain your power up after getting hit. Another problem I have with this game is that it doesn't really have as good of a Chow Garden as Sonic Adventure 2. So here, you can clearly tell that there was some Sonic Adventure 2 inspiration. In Sonic Adventure 2, there's a Chow Garden. The Chow Garden lets you raise a little Chow and feed them Chaos Drives and have hug animals to get special abilities. Here, this is basically a smaller version of that. These weird orbs with arms and beaks and eyes, has a similar feature to Chow. All you just do is take the weird seed things you collect through the levels and just feed them to your Chow knockoffs. And after eating the seeds, they change color to that proper seed and also grow a bit if they're very small. Basically just like Chow, whenever they hug an animal, they just gain the animal's traits. And they become stronger in the specific type of ability with the Chaos Drive, with enough Chaos Drive and Chow, or Chaos Drive / animal energy or whatever. This is basically just the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2 / Sonic Adventure, just less. And by the way, I do find these things look pretty cute, but not as cute as the Chow. Oh my god. The Chow inside Sonic Adventure 2, they're just adorable. And compared to these things, I'd rather raise the Chow inside Sonic Adventure 2. So, yeah. All because you raise them from birth and you can actually recognize which Chow is who. These guys are just different colors from each other, and unless each and every one of them has drastic different colors, you're not really going to tell whose is who. And that's really one thing about these things that just I don't get as much of a connection with. But anyways, now we're inside the second level, and here's another problem you're going to see that I have with this game. So first off, I want to mention, so remember earlier when I was talking about that there's like 80 power-ups in this game? Well, each and every one of them has a specific ability that uses every single button, like the face buttons, the bumpers, and the triggers of the controller. Press the B button, you jump, and can do the flutter jump, basically. Press A, press X, press Y, the same thing. Their PlayStation equivalents, same thing. You play you press the triggers, same thing. They do the same abilities. Press the trigger, it does that. That's basically what I'm trying to say here is that 8, that's right, 8 buttons do the exact same thing. That weird extending thing that's basically a ripoff of Super Mario Odyssey's, one of Super Mario Odyssey's enemies. That is literally can be done by any of the 8 buttons on the controller. And that's just what I don't like about the power-ups. If you're going to have so many buttons available to use, then why have all 8 of those buttons just do the same thing for that power-up? Why can't we just have one button for jumping and at least have one other button for doing the action? It would be cool being able to do a crash-like spin as to whatever or that dog thing is. Or being able to do a flutter jump or a kick whenever you want with the rabbit power-up. Or being able to extend in the way you want to as the weird extendy boy power-up. At least with that, you'll have some interesting... At least by doing that, you'll have something interesting to do with the power. You'll be able to still jump with the power-ups, but not have the jump be tied to their special ability as well. Heck, we're going to... Heck, in just the second level, we're going to see a power-up that is basically useless. Because all that power-up does is just shoot projectiles. That's it. It can't jump. All it does is shoot projectiles. Heck, shooter games. They're all about shooting and guns and whatnot. And they have jumping. And yet this is a platforming collectathon, and there's no way you can platform with one of the power-ups. Which makes the power-up basically useless. If you can't actually use it at all. And yeah, it's meant to be looking like a dragon thing. Again, you'll see it later, but still, it's a very stupid power-up, and I have no clue why they decided to make it. When the Crash Bandicoot basically power-up does the exact... Also, it's a good attacking power-up, and it actually has some good features to it. Like with the basically Crash Bandicoot power-up, with that, it actually has a little bit of a longer time for its actual attack to hit. Like, even when it's done twirling, there's a moment where the Crash Bandicoot power-up is able to actually hurt an enemy. And you'll be seeing that later. And because of that, it makes it even more useful than this dragon thing you're seeing now. That has been just replaced with a rabbit. Because... See that? See that? I swapped to the rabbit just for the platforming. I jumped over that hay barrel because it was faster than just walking around it. But I couldn't do anything but walk around it if I was the dragon. Because the dragon, all it does is shoot projectiles. It just shoots fireballs, and that's what makes it useless to me. And that's why it's one of my least favorite power-ups so far in this game. Like, if we were able to jump with the power-up, it would have been better. If it didn't stall so much when I'm using it, that would have been also better. But no, they decided it would have been best if all 8 buttons had the power-ups do a specific action. Want to jump? Sorry, you extend. Want to jump? Sorry, you shoot fireballs. Nothing else. And what's weird is that they have certain power-ups that let you jump normally, but has a specific ability that can only be done if you press the button again or hold it. Rabbit, hold it. As a rabbit, you can hold the button while in the air, and that'll make it do the basically flutter jump. As a pig, which we'll be seeing later, that is able to perform a ground pound just by pressing the jump button in the air. No, you don't like press the jump button and the pig just jumps and then does the ground pound. No, it just jumps normally But if you want to, you can press the jump button while it's still in the air to have it do a ground pound. And because of that, it makes it even more confusing of why there's so many of these things. It just has these so many power-ups still that just has abilities that just happens automatically with just one button press. While other power-ups still just make more sense, just be able to use their abilities from day one. But still use or not day one, like being able to jump with one button and shoot projectiles with another. I don't get it. It's weird. And it's the entire reason why I don't like this dragon. I can't jump, and I can't really use the power up much because of its always staying in place whenever I'm using its ability. Anyways, here's another balance bout. Now just so you know, I failed this one, so yeah. I'm not going to be getting the statue. What I find annoying is that I don't actually know how to redo the balance bouts. Like every time I do one, it just disappears once I fail. Like there's no way to retry. And if you don't know me, I hate it when I can't retry something when I want to try again. I just find that very annoying and frustrating. Like, I want to get an S rank on a level in Sonic Unleashed. Sorry, I have to actually do a lot more in the game before I can actually go off to a previous level. Well, and just go and try getting an S rank there. Here, I have no clue how to restart these balance bouts, and it's very annoying. Hell, I got three excellence there, yet I still don't get the statue. Yeah. The good thing is I do have a good timing with button presses. I'm not going to say they're great. I'm just saying they're good. I am not too cocky. I'm only saying something as cocky if it just makes sense to me. But I don't go too cocky. But yeah. I don't exactly like I don't like the fact that I can't find a way to restart the balance bout. Heck, I even went back to this level on my Nintendo Switch trying to see that I can actually restart the balance bout, and it's not even there when I go back to the level. So, yeah. It's annoying. Oh, this is a frustrating block. This block has nothing inside of it that is useful except for seeds. But you got that little area you could just jump at if you had a high enough jump. Which none of these power-ups has a higher jump, so I will never figure out what that secret area I was trying to get up to is. Because that block is too big for us to jump on. By us, I mean anyone who plays this game. Sorry for the breathing ASMR. By the way, you can actually destroy the block as the dragon. You just need to be very close. That's another thing I don't like about the dragon. How far the fireballs go, they're very short. Like, you can be pretty close to a block, but the fireballs won't hit it because they aren't able to go long enough to actually hit the block. And I find that pretty annoying. Trying to break the block, yeah, I can't because I am not close enough, even though it looks like I should be close enough. Oh yeah, by the way, if you might be thinking, how am I supposed to actually get that power-up? Or statue? I don't know. This little mechanism here, I have no clue how to use it. And the only thing I can think of that would actually help me get that statue is a power-up I don't even know how to get. You see, there's this bird power-up in the game that I use to go over bigger gaps. And I assume that's what I need to jump over that giant block. But the problem is I don't know where to find it. Well, I know where it is, it's just that I can't get it. And it's not even needed. Because I was able to get through this entire first world without even using it once. So there's not even any use to it. Heck, the only power-ups you ever need is the rabbit and the wolf thing. The rabbit makes the long enough jumps for you, and the wolf gives you an attack. Heck, you don't even need the wolf for the attacking, since you can just simply jump on enemies and it kills them just as fine. So basically, I could just simply just have the rabbit this entire world and I won't have any problems. One power-up. One power-up. And yet they made 80 power-ups for this game. Why? What was the point? What was the point of adding 80 power-ups when you can easily go through one of the worlds without even encountering any other power, any more than just 2 power-ups? Like, you don't really need the weird extendy boy power-up. You don't exactly need the pig power-up. Heck, all the power-ups, heck, a lot of the power-ups are just useless, even for making the game faster. The only power-ups I ever see useful from the first world is a wolf, because of its interesting way of combat, with it having a longer time of its attack being, or hitbox being there to hurt an enemy, like I just said earlier. The pig, because that it's able to ground pound stuff, and the boss, that we'll be seeing later, actually has a part where you just need to jump, or you just have to ground pound a platform to actually hurt the boss, which is very easy. And then the third, and then we got the rabbit, which is good for longer platforming. Aside from that, you don't need any other power-ups in this first world. So what's really the point of having so many power-ups when you're just going to be using 3 that you find more useful? I know there's like variety or something, but one-trick ponies, and some of them actually being better than the other one-trick ponies, doesn't really make the variety that special anymore. Anyways, here's our first boss. In this boss, all you need to do is just simply hit its mask. And as you see there, I was trying to hit it with the dragon. And now I lost the dragon. What am I gonna do now? Run away like a little baby. Run around. Every button is jump. Sonic's in pain. Because this is a pretty slow game when you're just trying to get power-ups. Heck, if you don't know, I'm actually in the PS4 version and Switch version and Xbox One version, which I'm playing the PS4 version right now because that's the only console I can record. In the PS4 version of this, in the PS4 version, Switch version, and Xbox One version, the quality's worse on this game compared to the Series X and PlayStation 5, obviously. But a problem is that the load times, oh my god, they're so long in this game. And doesn't even help that this game's already too slow enough, or so slow that it's not even fun. So having very long loading screens doesn't even help with that factor either. But anyways, now we're going to be fighting this boss for realsies. And you can see that how useful this whatever it is. See? I don't even need a jump on him. I just jump under him, basically doing some form of uppercut, and does the job just as fine. What's really the point of having the dragon when this weird dog creature does a better job at attacking? Heck, you saw me earlier trying to attack this thing with the dragon, and I was having a hard time just trying to shoot a projectile. One projectile at it. Not fully charging it to shoot multiple power-ups, or fireballs. No. Just shooting one projectile, and yet it was really hard to just do that. I was basically close enough to where the projectile would normally hit the boss, but nothing happened. And stuff like that is what annoys me with the power-up. So yeah. Oh no, Nebraska! No! Oh no, what is the Riala ripoff doing to him? Anyway, so here's the first boss. Basically, it's the wolf's older brother. Which is not, it's just a farmer who turned into this creature. Who also T-poses. At least he's able to show how to assert his dominance. By T-posing! Everyone knows that you're better when you T-pose. That's the first hit. Wonder how many hits this boss takes? See, this is how useful the pig is. It's able to hit the wolf boss here. Actually, now thinking about this, is the only part in the game where you would need the wolf. So basically, the wolf and rabbit is all you need to beat this game. Or at least the first world. All the other power-ups are just useless. Yup, the boss is already over. Just 3 hits. New Super Mario Bros. Style. Wow. What a pretty boring boss. And there's the farmer. I really hope that the next Sonic game doesn't force us to use a third-party recording device just to record cutscenes in the game. On the PS4 and possibly even the later consoles like PS5, whatnot. Because it's pretty annoying when the only way you can record games off the console is using the recording device. Recording device built into the console. And yet it doesn't even record the cutscenes. And it's why I prefer this game for being actually able to record the cutscenes. Or let us record the cutscenes with the capture ability on the PS4 and PS5. And I think it's also on the Xbox Series X. I hope the Nintendo Switch has something like this. Like, I know it does have the 30-second ones, which are very useful, but I mean, really? You can't even do playthroughs on the Nintendo Switch without having a third-party capture device. Am I the only one who first saw that only thought of the Solar Express and the train from the Octo expansion? The subway train from the Octo expansion? Like, the shape of this train, it reminds me of the Solar Express. But the train being able to fly, that just reminds me at certain points where you can see the train inside the Octo expansion just hovering somehow. Oh, whatever. And that was the World 1 of Balan Wonderworld. Honestly, it's not a awful game. I would never say this is at the same length of how bad Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels is, or how bad Sonic Jam for Gamecom is. It's not awful. I wouldn't say this is a great game either. My main issue with this game, it just comes from the fact that there's so many power-ups. You can't jump with a lot of the power-ups, from what I could tell, and how useless a lot of the power-ups are compared to others. Like parts where you obviously would use the weird extendy boy power-up, you can easily just use them as fine as anyone who could actually jump, instead of doing the extending thing the entire time. And the fact that you can only have a 3 at a time, and you can have multiple of the same power-up, it just not really that fun to me. Again, I don't think this is an awful game, and I see a potential. Heck, honestly, I think that the intro to this game, oh my god, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful intro. It just looks so good. Well, then again, what do I expect from a Square Enix game? But still, it looks so good. Seeing the high quality models, textures, and whatnot, and then looking at the rest of the game, even on PS5, it doesn't even look as good. So, yeah. That's really my thoughts on this game right now. My opinions. I would go more into this game, but honestly, I don't want to check out the rest of this game. I think I'm fine enough sticking to just this one video. See ya!